Here's another important video from the Personal Defense Network.
What I'll do is, last time, recheck my pistol to make sure that it is unloaded. Now I'm going to use my timer, and I have it set for 0.8 of a second for my presentation from high compressed ready. Depending on your level of competence and the kind of equipment that you're using, you may choose different part times. If you're using a J-frame from a belly band, 0.8 of a second is probably not a good presentation time for you, and you'll check that out and see for yourself what your limits are and how you can work them. Now I have my timer set for 0.8 of a second. I'm going to drive my pistol out and break a shot in 0.8 of a second. This particular pistol has to be reset internally after each shot. To do this in a method that's consistent with our defensive training, what I'm going to do is tap the magazine and then either slingshot the pistol or tap the magazine and work the slide of the pistol overhand. I'll break another shot. What I'm looking for as I drive the pistol out is to make sure that I have my sights going out in a way that I can see them and that I'm working the trigger smoothly. If I see the trigger and the sights jerk as I break the shot of the pistol, then I'll know that I need to work on that and make sure that I work it more smoothly. I'll do that one more time. That time I had a good smooth shot. Now I'm going to reset the pistol and get ready for my next drill. Now I'm going to do that same drill from the holster, set at 0.8 of a second. This will give me a check to see if I was pushing myself fast enough on the high compressed ready presentation. And I didn't quite make that, so that tells me that I pushed myself pretty hard on the high compressed ready, but I'll need to increase the time for my draw time from the holster. Now I've reset my timer for 1.5 seconds. Once again, I'll reset the pistol. And what I was looking for there was to make sure that I had a good smooth trigger press that did not disturb the sight alignment. One more time. Now I'm going to do a little bit of work with the double action revolver, so I have a pocket holster that I'm working with. And I'm just going to keep the pocket holster in my pocket. First of all, what I'm going to do is work on my trigger press, because the double action revolver has a longer and heavier stroke than an auto-loading pistol, and I want to get used to that and get well practiced at pressing it smoothly without having it disturb the sights. So what I'm doing there is I'm working the action and watching the sights to make sure that I'm not yanking the trigger of the revolver and that I'm getting a good smooth trigger press. Now I'm going to try doing that from the compressed ready, just to try and get used to the idea of working the trigger smoothly as I'm going out to the target. Now that I'm pretty happy with how smoothly I've worked the trigger, I'm going to set the timer and I'm going to start working from the compressed ready at 0.8 of a second working the trigger as I'm going out to the target and working it smoothly. And here we go. Let me try that again. I was a little bit behind. Now that time I did it very smoothly and I made my time. That went pretty well. Let me try that from the holster now, and I'm working from a pocket holster. I'm going to set my timer for 1.5 seconds, just like I had with my hip holster, and we'll see if I can make that time. Well, obviously, I can do a 1.5 second draw from a hip holster, but I can't quite make that from a pocket holster. So let me add another second to it and put it at 2.5 seconds. Let me try that one more time. Well, obviously, I can make the draw in 2.5 seconds, but not 1.5 seconds. Something to think about when you're working from pocket holsters, that they're just a little bit slower than a hip holster. Next thing I want to do is I want to work on a multiple target drill. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to aim at the target. I'm going to fire 2 dry fire shots on the right target and then 2 dry fire shots on the left target. I want to keep the trigger press smooth and the sights aligned the whole time I'm doing that. And now I'll do a multiple target engagement, and I'm going to scan for the second target before I engage it. Let's try that again. And what I'm doing there is finding a second target, recognizing that it might not be in as close proximity it is in this environment, and then re-engaging that target as a separate target, just as I would have to do in the real world. I've got a training partner who'd like to do a little bit of work with the shotgun, so we're going to close this session down, take the target down, and I'm going to go find him and we'll do some work with the shotgun.
Check out more videos just like this one at the Personal Defense Network.